get back to Ambassador Akinremi now. Listening to Dr. Yusuf talk about, first and foremost, the fact that the budget is, the benchmark for crude is $75, and now, what do you think Nigeria can do in the immediate? I'm just thinking because, this is, besides the long-term impact of this, there's the short-term impact, that we're already feeling at the moment. What do you think Nigeria can do in the immediate, to be able to, deal with this, just so that we're stable, we're not shaken, by all of this?
Well, the first thing to recognize is that the government already foresaw this. I don't subscribe to the fact that we've not done anything. You can see that we are not really panicking. Possibly that's why you've not seen much of the movement. You see, for things like this, emergency arrangement don't work, because it requires a long time for those things to fester and for them to blossom. Whether you set up a committee now, it will not stop what Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is doing, because they have the role in this. It will not stop what Foreign Affairs is doing in terms of negotiation. And this is the time for us to push for fairer deals for developing countries. And this we are doing. We also need to increase our role in the WTO or in trade governance. Because, yes, we have a Nigerian as the DG, but that doesn't really represent us enough. We need to increase our voice now. Fourthly, we need to continue diversifying, just as we're doing. Well, you see, in terms of energy, why I say government probably started this with Dangote in our continent and what it has started doing. The shock wasn't so much. So we have to give that credit to the successive government that have encouraged this type of production in Nigeria. But more importantly at this time, we have to get to the grassroots. You see, and we have to standardize our product. We couldn't take great advantage of AGOA because a lot of the goods were being rejected. But I think Standards Organization now has come up to realize this, and all of these are being packaged very well. We need a concerted effort. We need to work within ourselves to know that this is our goal, this is what we are targeting. The private sector, and I'm very happy this morning to be on this show with practitioners, I would say. The two of them are well known for the roles they have played. Now, we are the part of regulator, and at the same time, we are activists. Activists in the sense that we are the ones that are in the forefront, either in those trade organizations or those international organizations where negotiations take place. So, but now we need to coordinate. We need to know, the direction we're going. Like when we were negotiating after, there was this agreement between Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and the government side, and we have to step down. We almost lost that, what's supposed to be our area, because we didn't quite move at the right time. But at this time now, we must continue to suspect that there will continue to be disruption in the international system. It is part of promises that politicians make, and they want to effect it, and it affects other parts of the world. So for us in Nigeria, we need to cooperate with government now. Our youth need to be up and doing. You see, we do almost 500 million export of hibiscus to Mexico. A majority of it is done by youth. I have seen them, I know them. And there are other crops. Nigeria is the exceptionally blessed country of the world. All we need now is coordination. And government need to also put money, into some of these things and make sure that those who are coordinating them are doing well. But we must give credit to this government. Look at what has been done in terms of Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock. But I like what Mr. Muda said. Even though we have 90%,
oil and gas,
oil and gas, but it is still of substantial value, even though it's not affected. But the fact that the price will still crash, I'm sorry, that may look, because these policies will have impact on production. And once production is affected, the quantum, particularly in China, the quantum of energy that will be required will drop. And you that you are expecting it is going to affect you. So what we need to do now is that while we focus on diversification of our export, we also need to diversify where we export to. And this we're already doing. With this government, we have increased our relations with Middle East and Asia. Now, there's huge population in those part of the world. Our focus has always been through the Western country, Europe and all of that. It's still good we maintain that. But we need to open new flanks. We need to have new friends, okay? And we need to coordinate very well.
Do you think that this tariff will impact our trade relations with the U.S.?
Oh, it's already impacting it. You see, because once pronouncements are made, people start acting on it.
So what diplomatic moves should be used to address the impact?
We are working at both levels, bilateral and at multilateral level.
Okay.
And our mission is also being enhanced. And of course, there is consistent briefing to our representatives. And direction is being given on where we belong. Of course, while we cannot stop President Trump or America from their own domestic policies, we also have a right to resist. And we have a right to also show the direction we want to go. All right? Even though I say all country for themselves, it's a way of telling us that we are also sovereign. And we have a right to determine the trajectory we want to follow. And this we are doing. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is on top of his game. Trade is part of foreign policy because of economic diplomacy.
All right, many thanks, Ambassador.